with a golden pen, a golden pen, a golden pen. Touch my finger with a golden pen and sign my name up there. Sign my name, 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 sign my name up there. I want to be there, I want to be there, my Lord. When the general road is golden, Lord, I want to be there, I want to be there, my Lord. When the general road is golden, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be there, my Lord. When the general road is golden, I want to be there, I want to be there, I want to be there, my Lord. I want, oh Jesus, I want to be there, I want to be there, my Lord. When the general road is full, I want to be there.
This one dedicated to all Grenadans. Yeah, man. Wave your hands. Hey, hey.
NNB we marching on to victory. NNB we marching on to victory.
Tell them again.
NNB we marching on to victory. NNB we marching on to victory. Jump and shout, tell it all about. We shall have the victory.
When me say,
Jump and shout,
alright,
tell it all about.
man.
We shall have the victory.
Hey,
Me and me neighbor
yes,
in
man.
the house together.
Alright,
Me and me neighbor
oh, man.
rebuilding Grenada.
Yes, man.
Me and me neighbor in
Alright,
the house together.
yes, man.
Me and me neighbor voting and in peace. Jump and shout, tell it all about. We shall have the victory. With NNB leading the way,
On ahead.
we are seeing better days.
Yes, sir.
Grenadians will decide, NNB give us pride, so we ain't gonna make no change.
No change.
NNB leading the way,
Right away.
we are seeing better days.
Yes, me friend.
Grenadians will decide, NNB give us pride, so we ain't gonna make no change.
No change.
Me and me neighbor
Yes, man.
in the house together.
Alright.
Me and me neighbor
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points.
Man.
in the house together.
My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
Peace.
Or just before, sometimes you gotta, yeah, nice. But we're gonna make it up,
We shall have the victory.
We must win. Hey.
Jump and shout,
Yeah, man.
tell it all about.
Everybody.
We shall have the victory.
Yes, indeed.
Lead the way.
And him and we boss.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
I'm bad man that.
NNB we marching on to victory.
Everybody.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
Yeah, man.
Dr. Mitchell, he will lead the way.
Yes, sir.
NNB we marching
Yes, indeed.
Not change.
In the house together, yeah?
Me and me neighbor.
You know what? Since it's the day that it is, I think I'll go pull our next one up there, you know. Yeah, I wonder what I could play there, boy. Yeah. Let me try this one.
We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. Grenada in Shida is our. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. You don't see everybody sour. What's the first? That is why we bring him back Jonah.
Good night to you, Zayla.
We will deliver.
Good night to you, Zalia.
We will deliver.
And good night to you, Deshaun. Good night to you, Zoe.
We give them change. No, it's big horrors. They want it done.
It's now 9 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
For people but slow.
And just in case you know, our boss are two at the tune and them, you understand?
We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
Yeah, 11 years ago to the day, the new National Party was returned to power out of opposition 15-0.
That in Shida is our. We will no hold. Poverty rising by the
It
hour.
was the second 15-0 of the new National Party, the first having been in the year 1999.
Every time. Smile again. We will deliver. We will.
So don't feel prime ministers can get caught tail in election, eh? Nice.
Can't see no betterment. Only promising, but nothing.
Remember they had some candidates that everybody said they can't beat, they win by 1,000 and something, and they can't get beat, they get relics.
We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are
It's my way of saying to you, make sure you get registered and make sure that you get involved so that we can get the job done, yeah?
poverty rising by the hour.
You know, for the anniversary, we touching one more. Yes, the 11th anniversary of the second 15-0, yeah? But the first in the back-to-back.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Say around this time, so some people was getting cold sweat. They had to fan people, they had to wake up people, all kind of thing, yeah? Yeah, around 8 something, yeah. I was on my way to Tantina already, you understand?
Turning around at all. Like all you did only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do are thing. At all, poor people balling.
Folks, we do have an issue we're going to deal with tonight, but it is Monday night, so of course we're going to be taking your calls. 440-7377,
Waiting for one project.
347-329-3101. And of course, you can call us on the WhatsApp on the 440-7377 number.
So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling it sick.
So the phone lines are open.
So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them, every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone, and they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord God. Woo!
Yes, indeed.
Say be careful, the wind turning around.
Now, we ought to be careful, man. Just don't study the wind. They turn around.
PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain locked in a vault. It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The pushing program, all you cut that too.
Song's so familiar, ain't it?
600 million as them say he have. Why you still living for people to stop? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool on yourself, but the people know. They know.
Good night to the listeners via 91.9, 91.5.
In the next
Neela and Namara, good night to you.
it blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want,
Good night to the listeners via 92.9 out on the Sister Isles of Carriacou.
we want kids.
94.9 We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn.
We want kids. But payback is a son of a hoe.
So those of you listening online,
Hear the young ladies in the town. Listen to them. And they say they're tired of run around. Listen to them. Still waiting for some good to come. Where is it? They're waiting. When them
I can't go for the list tonight, buddy. The list long.
Be careful, sir.
Folks, remember to like and share. Yeah, need to see you all liking and sharing. Yeah, like and share. Like and share the live. Like and share the live right now. Yeah.
We healthcare system, well, that's in array. No talk, no medication, so them nurses say. Be careful, sir. Unemployment, well, that.
And a special good night to my friends and family, all the listeners out there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Union Island, Bakeway.
People know.
We say a very special good night to each and every one of you. We've got a caller online. Good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Yes, but
Yes, sir.
this song and this song you're playing there is the same thing when Nazenberg and them was in power, you know. And the same thing you playing there is the same thing this boy them doing, you know. No change, you know. No change at all. What, let me talk first and then you go talk after. Same thing. Because they don't doing nothing. I set a whole talk and they're chopping it with it all dirty boy and them. Dirty old Deacon and them and Andy. But the time coming, they go get it just now. I know I register and I know my name there on the list. When I go ram the X up in Deacon and
Yeah. Thank you very much, caller. Yeah, we had to, come on, man. We had to know what we're saying on air, man. Come on, the kids listening to the program as well. Children are listening. Know what you're saying. Nice? Good. Thank you very much for your call. Right? Beautiful. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside.
Yeah. Listen, but I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where you came from. Yeah, the people out on the street, we want keep.
Come on. We have children listening to the program. Careful, man. Yeah. I know you're upset, but we have to be careful.
Man, the country groaning in play. We want kids. They will never make that mistake again. We want kids. Yeah, the old people them at home. My granny, they say right now they feel so alone. Don't live.
Yes, indeed. And folks, you know, I have been over the weekend. I've been trying to follow up on the issue of the oil spill. Apparently, it's not oil spill and a drug find because some packages containing white powder has started to float up on the beaches in Tobago. So, so it seems to be a lot more than just an oil spill right now. It is still to the south of Grenada from the last satellite images that I've seen. It's still to the south of Grenada. I do know that the NADMA did issue a release. Let me see. That release was issued on Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. They issued a press release. Let me see if I can pull it up for you all to see exactly what NADMA has been saying in relation to that issue. And yeah, let me just bring it across now so that you all will be able to see what they've been saying. So yes, it is the, well, they said fourth media release. So the National Disaster Management Agency continues to carefully monitor the ongoing oil spill which occurred off the coast of Tobago on February 7th, 2024. In a statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trinidad and Tobago, on February 17th, 2024, the government of Grenada was informed of the following. 1. An overturned vessel leaking oil was first detected off the coast of Cove, Tobago, on the morning of Wednesday, 7th February 2024. Preliminary laboratory testing by the Institute of Marine Affairs, Trinidad and Tobago, indicate that the samples are characteristic of a refined oil, possibly a fuel oil or marine diesel. Additional samples are being collected for further analysis. The estimated quantity of oil on board the overturned vessel has not yet been confirmed. Trinidad and Tobago has engaged regional and international entities to assist with the cleanup efforts. Trinidad and Tobago is willing to provide resources, where possible, to Grenada to assist with cleanup efforts if it becomes necessary. The Office for Disaster Preparedness and Management, Trinidad and Tobago, has confirmed that the overturned vessel continues to leak oil, although the current quantities are less. The overturned vessel is located to the southeast of Tobago. Satellite imagery indicates that the oil spilled from the vessel travels to the south and southwest of Tobago and then in a northwesterly direction. This path takes the oil to the southern tip of the economic marine boundaries of Grenada and then in a westerly direction into the Caribbean Sea. There are no reports of the spilled oil reaching close to the shores of Grenada, but NADMA will remain vigilant as the movement of the oil is dependent on weather and sea conditions. The Oil Spill Committee, a subcommittee of the National Emergency Advisory Council of NADMA, continues to collaborate with regional and international partners to monitor the situation so that NADMA can provide timely updates to the public as and when accurate information is available. I thought all you would say as necessary again. Yeah, let's take out the as necessary now. So it's as and when accurate information is available. Last time all you had as necessary. Fast and out of place. The committee recognizes that an impact of the oil spill on the shores of Grenada will require significant response resources. Yeah? Therefore, all local resources have been placed on standby, and regional and international partners have been alerted of the need for additional resources if necessary. Again, NADMA reassures that the situation is being monitored and the public should continue to pay attention to the updates and any announcements related to the oil spill. The satellite image below shows the trajectory of the oil spill as seen on February 16. That is, 3 days ago, 2024. Updated satellite imagery will be presented as it becomes available. All right. So again, they're showing here where the oil from the vessel has been flowing. It is passing through the waters of Grenada. It comes a bit north through the waters of Grenada, and it is going west. All right. Nice. So, but that doesn't mean that it will continue going this way in case the tidal conditions change. I am no oceanographer. I am no sea captain. I do not know how the waters between Tobago and Grenada flow. All I'm saying is that there's a necessity to be careful, be on standby. The same way President Maduro contacted them, Grenada government needs to contact President Maduro. All right? Nice. Yeah. Because Trinidad asking for volunteers to clean up their beaches that have been affected. We don't want our beaches affected. So we're saying early up, we don't want our beaches affected. So make sure that however, that needs to be done to put things in place in case that they are in place. Here they have things. Yeah, I hope all you had the matting and all these kind of things that you put out in the water to kind of hold it back from our beaches if it becomes necessary. Because as Antonito was saying the other night, you all did speak about net for sargassum too, and we beaches still getting full up with it. So we ain't trust all you when all you say all you thing to stop thing. Yeah? We ain't trusting all you when all you say all you thing to stop thing. Right? Nice. Beautiful. So folks, that's the current situation as obtains with the oil spill that was sent out yesterday. Of course, the satellite imagery that they're showing is from 3 days ago. The situation may have improved or worsened during that period of time. But again, they say, do you remember the last press release did say when necessary, they will tell us. So we hope that is necessary to inform us and keep us informed and thing on a regular basis. All right? Nice. Yeah, we hoping that is the situation. 440-7377. That's 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. I don't get in them journalist thing. Congratulations to all the winners at the media awards. Yeah, congratulations to each and every one of you. Your awards were well deserved. Yeah. Me, Papa Jome. husband and wife fight. I don't take in part.
Put the rocks in the air now. No other party cannot fool us. We stand up in
Let's send in video for me. Thy husband and wife fight. I don't take in part.
house. Tell them again. For 8 years now we working and we will continue to build this with Grenada.
So, folks, the phone lines are open 440-7377. You can call us on WhatsApp, and you can also call us directly. And then you can call us directly on 347-329-3101. If you are outside of Grenada in North America, you can call us from that number.
You know, we voting for the
Let me say a special good night to you, Mr. Claude Abraham.
other party cannot fool us. We
Alban Harris, good night to you too.
house.
Patricia and Matthew. Mr. and Mrs. Watts, a special good night to both of you.
Say, you really lift it, send my shoe.
Cousin Margaret and Moulton, good night to both of you.
Go back to those hard Google days.
Let me say a special good night to the Koi family. Yeah, I know a lot of you are listening in the US, in Carriacou, wherever you are. We say a special good night to the Koi family. Yeah.
Yes, we voting for the NNP now. We voting for the NNP, yes.
Also say a special good night to the Duncan family. Yeah.
Up inside,
If I don't call that side of the family, I'm in trouble, you know.
house.
So as he's saying, house. Folks, what really going on right now? Yeah, we could start the talk now. What's really taking place when it comes to the Chinese low-income houses? I think the Grenadian people deserve some answers as to what is taking place. Here it is. We have all these units still unoccupied. Remember, the Minister of Housing, the then Minister of Housing, was saying that those units would be occupied by Christmas. They were trying to get people into the houses by Christmas and so. They said all sorts of things. They had things where you had to go to the credit union and so on, and they say the standing security for you and all of that. And right now, we're still waiting to hear at least one person moving to one of these places, but I've been in touch with people in Carriacou today. They say that the apartments, the houses there, empty. Beaujeu, empty. Yeah? Up in St. Mark's, St. Patrick's, that set up empty. The set in St. David, empty. Yeah? The only things that are there, security guards and mosquitoes. That's the only thing you're finding in those places right now. Yeah? And possibly a one or two bat that trying to come and, nobody around, so they come in and try a little thing. Right? But that's all that you're finding in those places. But what is really taking place with the houses? Now remember, these houses were negotiated by former Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell in the year 2005. Yeah? They are part of a 2,000 house grant to the people of Grenada. I heard the present administration saying 1,000. But NDC have a habit of just not knowing what's going on. Right? So, 2,000 houses were granted to the people of Grenada. And they were granted because of what had taken place on this island during Hurricane Ivan. With Hurricane Ivan, we lost a significant portion of the housing stock of Grenada was damaged. Yeah, you had some damage with Emily, but the major damage to housing on the island of Grenada took place during the passage of Hurricane Ivan. You had areas like St. David where you had whole villages that were just basically wiped out. Yeah, not a roof remained. In some areas, barely a house foundation remained. The same in some areas like St. Andrew Southeast. You had a similar situation again in St. George Northeast. Certain parts of the town of St. George, and again in St. George Northwest. Other areas were hit and they had serious damage. But the areas that had the main set of damage where you see like whole communities you're passing through and not a roof remain. Yeah, mainly in those areas. So with that, the Chinese government, on the diplomatic relations between China and Grenada being established, they decided at that point in time, because you had competent people negotiating on behalf of the island of Grenada, yeah, led by Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the late Honorable Elvin Nimrod. They led the charge in relation to that. We'll come back to the phone lines in a little while. Yeah, they led the charge in relation to that. That is how they were able to secure 2,000 houses for the people of Grenada. That is how they were able to secure the refurbishment of the Grenada National Stadia. Yeah, National Stadia. Because when the former administration, the former NDC administration was in place, they were claiming that it was only the cricket stadium to be rebuilt and Grenada had to find money to do the athletic stadium. And when February 19th, 2013 came, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, in his first meeting after that day with Madame Wu Bukian, who was then the Chinese ambassador to Grenada. Love that lady up to this day. Lovely lady. Yeah, always remember her. Reminded her that it was not stadium, it was stadia, plural. So that the agreement covered both the cricket stadium and the athletic stadium. As such, with the other side was saying all the time that you had no agreement and so on. Madame Wu herself, yeah, at the ceremony, when the sod turning was taking place, mentioned that, yes, the first meeting, I was reminded, yeah? And along with that, remember, these individuals gave up houses. They said there was no agreement for stadium and they gave up houses. It is the new National Party that had to come back in, yeah, and remind our friends the Chinese of the agreement. And that is how you got the second phase of the Chinese low-income houses. Yeah? That is how you got that. So now you're hearing, oh, it's only 1,000 that Grenada is supposed to get, so you get 600 here and you get 300 and something there, 600 and something here and 300 and something there, so it's done. No. But you see, these individuals would be willing to say, good night, Joyce. These individuals would be willing to lead you to believe that. They'd be willing to stay there and say, well, yeah, it's only that they get. But no, that is not the case. Yeah? As far as I can remember, there's 1,000 houses again. But if you have people that don't know how to negotiate, don't know how to speak, and if they're saying that, oh, we don't like them kind of house and we go build house with swimming pool, that's what I was saying, folks. Yeah? That's what I was saying. Look, a friend of mine, yes, I was there in the initial visit. Right, so that was a good friend of mine. Richie, good night to you, brother. He was there as well. Yeah? I was former Ambassador McPhil, you were there? Nice. At that meeting, the initial meeting in January of 2005. So when you have people coming, they don't know. In fact, you know what? Let me let people who know about them thing talk about them thing. Watch. Let me let people who know about them thing talk about them thing. Let me pull up somebody there for all you. This person know about the thing. So let me pull up this person here. Let this person tell all you about that. Right? Nice. Because I want to know why the house is empty still. What is the reason that the houses are still empty? People need them. Yeah, you have fire victims, etc. Somebody called me about that a while ago. They said, listen, there's an agreement fire victims are supposed to be able to access those houses. So you have people that are fire victims now that ought to be able to access one of those places to stay for the period of time until they get themselves on their feet. But not even that is taking place. But anyway, let me let people who know about the houses talk about the houses. Yeah, I wasn't there. Let me let people who was there talk.
Top priority was providing housing for the people in the country. But we specifically said to the Chinese, we wanted the houses for the poor, more for the poor and vulnerable. So we wanted thousands of houses for the poor and vulnerable. It was meant for people who do not normally would qualify to go to a bank, right? So we specified, and they did, it was a gift, grant. We didn't invest any serious money from the Chinese government, build this, agreed to the arrangement, and agreed to 2,000 houses for the people. And it was meant to be given to the poor people of this country who do not necessarily will be able to qualify to go to a bank.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, so they don't know what they're talking about. But it's not the first time. It's not the first time that this kind of thing happened. Let me find something here for you. Yeah. It's not the first time that sort of thing is happening. Yeah. There is another situation where similar took place. Let me see if I could find that one and play it for you there. Hold on. I'll find out how to play that one just by audio for you. So let me see if I could find that one.
After receiving the instrument to be your Minister for Youth, Empowerment, Sports and Culture, I did make mention to the general public in Grenada and also to the people in the diaspora that I did came upon a document that would have spoken to and give some details on the construction or the design and the construction of a national stadium, i.e. track and field and football. I can also recall that during that process of 2008 or during the period of 2008 to 2009, myself and the policy advisor at the time, Brother Fullerton, would have visited the Chinese ambassador on 4 different occasions with 4 different permanent secretaries to discuss the issue of the national stadium. And brothers and sisters, as the record will show, that the ambassador at the time said to us in no uncertain terms that he cannot honor what we brought forward to him because there was no signed deal on the stadium. And that was the truth then, and it is still today. So we proceed through the guidance of the cabinet, and if I may state here, there was one senator, Senator Glenwell, who was the minister with responsible for housing, made mention to the cabinet of Grenada at the time in 2008 that it could have been a good idea if we asked the Chinese ambassador to defer on the housing project, and the monies that we would have saved from that, we're going to use it for the construction of the national stadium. The Chinese ambassador would have agreed to the recommendation.
So folks, he was wrong because there was a signed agreement for the other facility, because as I'm sure he, you, and every other person can see right now, the stadium, the athletic side, was built. It was built by the Chinese, and now it's being repaired by the Chinese. Yeah? So he knew not of what he spoke. You go with different PSs and so, yeah, you know how to negotiate. Yeah? Because, I mean, no, listen, that was what he was saying, and they give up houses so that they could get, no. And when it came to...
And this is a Christmas gift to all the Grenadian people. A gift from the government and the people of the People's Republic of China to the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This is, of course, a gift of Christmas, but absolutely not for that only. It is a gift for the people of Grenada in your future life. 8 years ago, you're right, Honorable, when we came back to Grenada, we promised at the request of the government of Grenada that we would help Grenadian people to build up stadium. You're right, Honorable, and that reminds me, my first meeting with you, you correct my pronunciation by saying it is stadia instead of stadium. Now the second one, apart from the cricket stadium only next to us, the National Athletic and Football Stadium is coming as we promised.
And just remember, by the time the new National Party came in and started on that project, yeah, within roughly 2 years, you had the athletic stadium, the same one that the party was there for 4.5 years, tell you there was no agreement for. Yeah? They were telling you give up houses to get money for other things. And the new National Party came back in. On this day, 11 years ago, yeah, on this day, and got the houses. Yeah? So these people are telling you that because they have their Project 500, which is another discussion for another night, but they have their Project 500 that they're working on. Yeah? Because remember, the promise was 500 houses per year. Grenadian style houses. If you want swimming pool and spa, you're getting it. Yeah, you want front yard, backyard, space for your kitchen, you're getting it. That was the promise. Up to now, we can't see the 5, we can't see the 100. Anyway, 440-7377. Just, sometimes you have to remind people, because there are many people that may not have heard Madame U before. Yeah, Madame U Bokian. She was the ambassador of China to Grenada. And she was very specific. Yeah, there's a difference between stadium and stadia. So how come some other people who were there for 4.5 years could not have secured the national stadium and the houses? But it took the new national party just a couple months, maybe even weeks, to make sure, because the Chinese ambassador is not going to wait for a couple months to come and see the new prime minister. And on the first meeting, Dr. Mitchell was waiting. He said, hey, Miss Lady, not stadium, stadia. Right? And you're seeing it. The houses that they were giving up. You're seeing it. And it's a trend with the National Democratic Congress, because now they come telling you that it's only 1,000 houses. Yeah, it's only 1,000 houses, and it's no more than that. And the Chinese say this, and the Chinese say that. No, they need the new national party to be able to sort that out for you. And we will get 1,000. Nice? Yeah, because we're trying to figure out what is taking place. Huh? We're still trying to find out what is taking place.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead, caller.
Yes, I want to talk about the hurricane that passed. I was at St. David at the time. You know where Michelangelo's living up on top that hill up there?
Mm-hmm.
Right, my house was on top there. And my sister called me and tell me get out on top of there. I said, I don't go in there. But when I hear last, I just beach making ruction, I come out on top there. And I went down by a cousin I have in the bottom. Sheldon, when I get up the morning and I see St. David flat, you could have stayed from Tebaid and you've seen Rukin, you've seen Malmonk, you've seen Apetut, you've seen Mount Anan, you've seen Belial. And when these people had the guts to say, Dr. Kidd don't do nothing, between the think of an eyes, Dr. Kidd could have get help to build this country back. I called my children about it and I said, Grenada done, we don't have another Grenada again. But this criminal and them that they inside, they could have said, Dr. Kidd don't doing nothing. Woe be unto them. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And you all may have seen me laughing a little earlier and wondering what the joke is. Well, between the time when I spoke about NADMA and now, they sent out another release. So that's Papa joke. So they sent out another release a few minutes ago. So let's see what they're saying now. NADMA continues to monitor the ongoing oil spill that occurred off the coast of Tobago. The most recent satellite imagery revealed that images as of Saturday, 17 February, are consistent with previous imagery, which indicated that the oil spill traveled to the south and southwest of Tobago and then in a northwesterly direction. These new satellite images suggest, however, that its closest point was located more than 30 north NM. I'm trying to figure out NMSSW of Point Salines, Grenada, or 30 nautical miles southwest of Point Salines, Grenada. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes the brain does, right. So let me read that statement again. These new satellite images suggest, however, that its closest point was located more than 30 nautical miles southwest of Point Salines, Grenada. The movement of the oil is dependent on weather and sea conditions. Therefore, the Oil Spill Committee continues to collaborate with regional and international partners to monitor the situation. The public should continue to pay attention to the updates and any announcements related to the oil spill from NADMA. The satellite images below show the trajectory of the oil spill as seen on February 16th and 17th, 2024. Updated imagery will be presented as it becomes available. For additional information, please get in touch with Mrs. Right, okay, now we go leave her alone. Nice, right, yes, but okay. So let me see the satellite image that they send. Well, that look like the same thing. Let me see what we see yesterday. But that's the one from what they put out yesterday. That is from the 16th. And no, but that's the same one from the 16th. All you send the same thing again? Okay, nice. It have another one here. Nice. So that the images are the 17th. Right, so let me see what that one is there. Right. So 30 nautical miles of the Point Saline. All right, nice. So we're monitoring. Right, because he come up so, he goes so, and then he go across so. I hope he's still going across so, and he don't come so, because if he comes so, we in trouble, right? Nice. So I hope, let's speak to them Venezuelan, and only have something out there already waiting, or come down here and try to, you understand? Because it's in we waters already. Nice? Good. Okay, folks, 440-7377. That's 440-7377. They listen to us, boy. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program.
Spider, Skinny. On the other day, everybody singing one song. What is singing? Election coming there, you know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing tonight. Let me hear. Dependency when again we crying. Dependency when again we balling. Dependency when again we crying. Dependency when again we balling. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenade and go vote back.
So we're still asking what is taking place when it comes to the houses. Yeah, we have houses that are sitting there empty. Yeah, the government gave the assurance that people would be able to secure loans. I'm hearing differently. I'm hearing of folks that went to financial institutions that are refusing to give them loans. Even if government is providing the security, they are refusing to give them loans in relation to those houses. Yeah? And if people have secured loans, which they had a period of time to do, if they've already secured loans, then we expect that by now they would be able to secure those houses. Yeah? We expect that by now they would be able to secure those houses. So why are the houses still empty? Well, you see, this government refuses to place themselves at the leisure of the media in Grenada. So when one of their friends say what they said last night, they start to cuss them and so on. Yeah? And I ain't coming in defense of nobody. They can defend themselves. Yeah? They can defend this. They're more than capable of defending themselves. I don't take in part. Yeah? I don't take in part. That husband and wife thing. But what they said was correct, because they cannot say that they've ever had to submit questions before they go into an interview with Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. They cannot say that they did not have the opportunity to question government ministers on a weekly basis. Let me repeat, on a weekly basis. At post-cabinet press briefing, you knew that on a Tuesday morning, at 10 a.m. was post-cabinet press briefing. So whatever the issues that were discussed at the cabinet level, they were brought to the post-cabinet press briefing so that people would be aware of what their government was doing. Whether you listen or you didn't listen was up to you, but the information was presented. The media had an opportunity to question ministers, to question the prime minister, to question the technocrats, the senior technocrats in different departments and ministries on projects and on different things that were taking place. They had the opportunity to do that. So when you see a situation where some people tell you they'll hold press conferences when they believe it's necessary or when they feel they should, they're going to do their press conferences and so on. You realize you're dealing with a set of people that do not believe in transparency. They speak it, but they do not believe in transparency. Nothing. They don't give you information. So if they had a weekly post-cabinet press briefing, people would be able to ask questions. Now let me give you an example. You had that oil spill. The New National Party would have already have 2 press conferences on that. Yeah? 2 press conferences, not just sending out a press release. They would have already had 2 press conferences on that. where journalists that may have questions that you have right now, you can't ask a press release a question. You can't ask the press release, well, are you all monitoring the currents and how do the currents between that channel between Tobago and Grenada flow? And if that is going to cause it to come close to our shores, even if it doesn't come on our shores, how is it going to affect our fisheries? Is it in a major fishery area for Grenada? What are the consequences of this being there for an extended period of time? Is Trinidad looking at cleaning up what's out in the water and not just what's on their beaches? All of these questions could have been asked. But again, they think that they will just send out a press release and that's the end of it. No media, no Beverly, what's her, Telesford, or no Linda Straker, or no Johnson Richardson. Nobody could come and ask them any questions because it's a press release. So they send out press release and they go say, well, we sent out information for them. Where you should really have had the oil spill committee or representatives thereof at a press conference to speak to the people of Grenada on the possibilities to ease the fears of Grenadians in relation to what can happen with this. Because if we had said nothing on it, they wasn't saying anything. You all heard not a peep from any part of the government until we raised the issue here. Not me, you know. We raised the issue here on this program. Not a peep. Yeah? So it is necessary for them to at least have an engagement with the media where they can ask questions in relation to those things. But you see, they like to operate dark night. Yeah? And when they face the media, it's lies. So they face the media if it's not lie about, well, we ain't signing the agreement, you know, we need the technocrats to look at it. That time the agreement signed already. Or it's lies like, yeah, so I'm starting my studies on the 4th. And, yeah, you know, and so that's when I'll be starting. And so, but the study is going well. Every time they face the media is a bunch of lies. Yeah? So we are waiting because we should not have to ask. We should not have to come and ask the government on this program or any other program to provide information and an update on what is taking place with the housing situation. There are people that need it. Just like you all took it from other people in Carriacou that need it. You all took it away from them. Yeah? And I'm surprised none of them ain't take all it to court. But I think one person said they might try a thing. But I'm surprised that none of them have taken you all to court yet. Because you all just took it from them. Yeah? In my view, unfairly so. But you all just took it from them. So, once again, folks, the phone lines are open. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Let me see. I wonder if I have a nice one day, man. Let me see. I must have a nice one day, man. Yeah, let me try one that will live in here for a while.
For Grenada to grow, and the sea must go. For Grenada to grow, yes, and the sea must go. For Grenada to grow, and the sea must go. For Grenada to grow, and the sea must go. Show me your button finger, we will deliver. Show me your button finger.
Something I'm trying to find out. I saw. Let me take this call and I'll come back to that. Good evening, caller.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, good night, my brother. How are you?
How everything, man?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, when you look at the situation in Grenada, I hope this government is treating the poor people of this country. Brother Sheldon, you have like, if Grenada is only the diaspora, because Brother Sheldon, you have a situation where minister's salary going up. Right? The rating minister's salary is from $7,000 to $14,000 a month, Brother Sheldon. The senators getting, the government senator getting $10,000 a month, Brother Sheldon. While the government senators getting our $3,000. Brother Sheldon, this is unfair. This is unfair. Right? But we want to focus on the poor people of the country. Brother Sheldon, you have the government pay people from buy tickets for the people that for to come down to enjoy to celebrate the Grenada independence. While you have the poor man say you go make a little money during independence celebration, what did the government do? They revoke the license that the people get to do a little, make a little sale to get some money. Well, you had the government send home many of them people who are trying to make a little money during that time. You revoke your license. So if it becomes like a problem for the government, whenever the poor man see an opportunity to get a little more money, the government does something to stop them. To stop them from getting a little money. And but this same ministers and senators going about asking the people to vote for them. Vote for them. I call them for the people of Carriacou and Peter Martin. Look at your situation. Look at your pocket. Who pocket are getting full with money? Filled with money. Are your pocket getting filled? No. It's a minister. So when a minister come and ask you to vote for them, it's to benefit them, not to benefit you. Not to benefit you. So you have to look at who benefit when you vote for NC. It's not a benefit, it's for them minister to enrich himself and the friend. The seventh friend. You have some of the ministers, they go in, they get the authorization from the Prime Minister to go in the Grenada Development Bank. One that run against Dr. Mitchell and get leaks, real leaks. He get $1.7 million. But that's going to that towards itself. Look at the one in South. He get about $2.something million again. Who benefit? That is for he. And them same men who going, other men going on in different in the country and telling people to support them. Support them. To Grenada, I want to talk to the young people, the senior people, everyone, the poor people. Are your life better off now, before the last election? And the answer is no. Your life is more miserable. Because many of you all have voted for this government. Look at what they are doing to you. Look at it, any opportunity for you all to make a little money, the government to get doing something to get for you all not to make that money. Brother Sheldon, I call it upon the people of Carriacou and Peter Martin. Before 2022 election, you have a government that cares about you, a government that loves and empower you, empower your family, put money in your hand. But in comes the government after the last election, and they take it away. What the government before do for? So, Brother Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right, caller, thank you so very much. 440-7377. That's 440. 440-7377. And I think we have a call on the WhatsApp. So let's go to the WhatsApp line. Good night. Hello.
Pleasant good night, sir.
Hi, good night to you.
Good night. I have something to tell the nation tonight. Right? I'm an adult now, and I finally found the money to build my house, right? So I'll be starting my house sometime later on this year, but it is already going good. Have a good night.
My goodness, somebody like that you talk with a man, boy. 440, I hope all you understand where you come from there. 440-7377. Yeah, don't fool it, 440-7377. That's the number you can call us directly, or you can call us on the WhatsApp. Folks, just remember, they're supposed to have all the, people ain't supposed to have problems getting the loan to do the houses and so on. No, they're not supposed to be getting problems to do them thing there. Let me hear what they had to say.
In respect of these phase 2, the homes or the units are being financed by a third party, by one of the financial institutions. You have the credit unions, the banks, the GDP, the NIS, and so on and so on and so on. We have met with these organizations. We've basically, in principle, agreed on certain conditions on which people would be able to apply for these houses to make it very easy for them.
Yeah, to make it very, very easy for them. I still wonder what's going on there. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon Scott, I want to say good night. and good night to the Grenadian people.
Good night, Kavi.
Listening. Oh my God, so much name to mention. But I have to say something tonight because I'm not feeling well. Sometime tonight might be last night all you hear my voice. And I have to say something. I have to say something that's on my mind. I want to say good night to Dr. Mitchell, the former Prime Minister, also to Miss Yolande Horsford, and to Mr. Peter David. I remember I am 76 years of age now, and I went through a rough life, real rough, back in Grenada, back in America. And I remember when I came back to Grenada, I didn't have much money. And when I heard Grenadians saying Dr. Mitchell didn't do anything, it hurt me in my belly. After Ivan, where I was staying on St. Jules Street paying a rent, the roof went, and everything I had wet, and I had no way. And I still had to pay rent to the people I was renting from. I went to Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, and I spoke to that man. Grenadians always will be ungrateful. Ungratefulness is a sin. And I went to him and speak to him, and I said, sir, I come from America. Look what's happening to me in my life. This is a testimony to the world. Grenadians that are abroad and home. Dr. Mitchell called a man by the name of Mr. Osop Campbell. And I went to that man and he tell the man to come, and he said he have no land in Grenada. I say, anyway, sir, anyway. And this man, God bless you, Dr. Mitchell. I don't care what nobody write comment and say what they have to say tonight in the house, where they listening. I cannot be ungrateful to you, sir. Look at me today, I don't well. I am not a well woman, I could dead tonight. But my heart goes out to you. Peter David is another one, Miss Joran Ben Harford. These are the people that put me back on track. I cannot be ungrateful to these people. I'm telling all you, this man gave me the house for the same day. The same day. I couldn't look up, I couldn't look down. And Miss Yolan Ben see that I get that help. And help me with that little house I hear. People saying all kind of things. I'm not the first, and I will never be the last. It's Grenadians. I'm a Grenadian. And they help me, and I cannot be ungrateful to you, sir. I don't want you to, when you're dead, to speak. Peter David, make sure that man helped me. Miss Yolan Ben, God bless you and your family. I don't have money to give all the, but I give you all the God blessing. Because you all seem like the things I was going through. I was mentally ill. When I look up and I look down, no family member in mind didn't help. Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell. That is why I bad for him today. That man helped me. He look at me and he listen and he called him and he said, go and give body. Anything I put on that house spot, he bearing. Brother, fig, we not be coconut now. Ken, Dr. Mitchell, God bless you. I know what you do, sir. And I tell my children what you do. And Grenadians know what you do. I don't know about other people. I am speaking on the behalf of me, what you did for me. God bless you, sir. And don't worry, let it talk. Mr. London, God bless you. And Peter, your food basket will never empty. Today I could lie down inside of here and rest my head, and when I look up, I see what all you do for me. Thank you, God bless you, sir. You are the NNP government. The NNP government. What they do for Camille Theresa Scott. No family member did it. And I've been in America. Family member put me out on the street. And I come back here. And Dr. Mitchell helped me. How could I be ungrateful? How? I'm a human being. How could I be ungrateful to that man? Hey! Have a good night, Grenada. And all the good I don't care what commenter you put on thing, you don't bother me. I conscience. And I will live. God is good. He's a good man. All who are good, all who are sin, can't give us to. A good man. Good night, Grenada.
Good night, Kami. Yes, indeed, folks. So 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. We have a call online. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Okay. All right. I think on the major economic cycle in our nation, the money is not reaching the average man to the least, or if it does, it is reaching the person is too bare, meaning that it is just passing through. It is not enough. Yeah. At the same time, understand that there are drives to be made in certain areas, of the nation, to remove the standpipes and help people get water to their home. Now the question is this: what about if they don't? Arrangements have been made to somewhere somehow to pay some of the money or whatever it is. But when the month reaches and these people do not have the money to pay, what happens? Yeah? After you remove the pipe, you give them the water, but when a month passes, 2 months passes, these people do not have proper work. Because at this point in time, whatever the money is reaching to those average persons are very just minimal that, it just bare. Now, where do that person goes after? Yeah? Yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
I understand you. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yes, and regarding even the units of the Chinese units, right? For the low-income people, those people, they should empower them economically, create economic activities throughout the nation. So people who receive in those homes could have that backup, because you don't want to reach that point where that you give people homes, okay? They go and take the loan, you get your money, and they now get set up with the institution that they learn from. Now, where these people go? So we have to create that substantial amount of help and make sure that these people are economically, beneficial. They don't want to just give somebody house, or and they get it for 2-3 months. They pay. Afterward, they run short of money, and they end up losing their house, and they end up losing the money, and then it's a problem. Yeah, it is not. So everything should be really, really scrutinized. Yeah, and guide the people to the right way, that people benefit from this. All right, my brother, have a blessed night.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Folks, 440-7377. Yeah, I was going to raise an issue, but it's just after 9, and I think I want to read this first for you all before I go any further. And it's a release from the New National Party, dated today, February 19th. The political leader and members of the New National Party extend their deepest condolences to the family, friends, and loved ones of the late Winston White, who has served in Grenada's political and social landscape. We mourn the loss of a man who played a role in shaping the course of our nation's history through his commitment to public service and community development. He served initially as a member of the Grenada United Labour Party and later joined the United People's Party and became its political leader. His collaborative efforts in the formation of the People's Alliance for the 1976 Grenada general elections demonstrated his belief in unity for the common good, successfully securing a seat and contributing to our nation's political discourse. Beyond politics, Winston White's contribution as a Minister of Youth and Sport under the government of Sir Eric Matthew Gary, and later contributed to business and community development in Grenada. The political leader and members of the New National Party recognized Winston White for his contributions to Grenada and expressed condolences to his family and loved ones. May he rest in peace. So, folks, that is a message from the New National Party on the passing of Mr. Winston White. He was a former Minister of Youth, and he was involved deeply in the politics of Grenada, especially in the 1970s, early 1980s, and so on, and has been involved in the development of various aspects of Grenada, be it economic, culture, whatever. He's been involved in quite a few activities, and so to Roxy and what's my good friend name there? Yes, all of you, my condolences, my own condolences to each and every one of you. All right, folks, we go back to the phone lines, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. And let me say this, I'm hearing of a situation that has me a bit concerned. I'm hearing of a situation where you have 3 individuals who have escaped. From what I'm hearing, I thought initially it was from prison. I'm hearing another story now that it's from a particular police station, that these individuals have escaped. And the crimes that these individuals have been charged with are indeed very serious. And folks need to be on their P's and Q's. I know we have some good guys within the Royal Grenada Police Force that would be able to track them, get them, and so on, and deal with the case, yeah? But what fell apart for 3 such individuals to be able to escape police custody? What went wrong? We have a caller online. Good night.
Very serious. Good night, Sheldon.
Hey, good night, bro. What's up?
I'm good. Good night to all the listeners in listener lands.
Brother Nimrod.
How you doing, my brother?
Ade, man, ade. I was just speaking about the prisoner escape. And I'm trying to understand, because these 3, I believe they're all charged for rape?
Yes. The charges stem from rape, robbery.
Multiple instances,
other violent crimes. I mean, it's just astounding, you know.
So I'm wondering how 3 such individuals could be detained and then escape police custody. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Well, Sheldon is very troubling, right? I mean, I saw the release last night when it came out, and I guess they have a history, the IGPF, that is of releasing things, you know, late evening, late night. But in any event, I saw it and I was like, I was taken aback. 1, given the nature of the crime. 2, or the crimes. 2, the fact that all 3 gentlemen were charged together and may have been participants in these crimes together. So, for me, well, first of all, why you having them together? Why you having them housed together in the same location? But what's more troubling, Sheldon, to me is that that same station where the escape took place, there was a report of another prisoner that escaped from that location. And, it's confirmed that, the hierarchy of the force, visited and after that escape, and apparently nothing was done. So this is not the first escape of someone that was in custody from that location. So it tells me that there's an inherent problem. It tells me that the management of the police force they're not being tactical, they're not being proactive, and hence you end up with these issues. So you have 3 individuals that committed these type of crimes and was able to escape. Now, let's break it down even further. I mean, I've been on a lot of missions around the globe, and it's very difficult to get movement from 3 or 4 persons without alerting other persons. I'm saying that to say that you're in a police station and 3 persons escape and nobody that's working was none the wise? How was that? I mean, these men were so quiet and so silent in the execution of their plan that, I know it requires resources. But again, if you have the prisoners being housed a little distance from maybe where the desk is, there should be a camera there. There should be a camera on the cell looking at the prisoners, and whoever is the officer in charge at the desk should be monitoring that camera, not just for escaping, but also the well-being of the prisoner. It's the police responsibility to ensure persons that are in their custody are being normal in terms of they're not sick, they don't require medical attention, and all of that. So while we're talking about the escape now, it could have been a simple thing where one of these prisoners needed medical attention or maybe minor medical attention and was not able to get it because it seems like no one was monitoring them. So where were the police officers that were working? Where? I mean, the sad part is I haven't heard, but I do hope that whoever is in charge of that station is held accountable, because you cannot operate a police force where there is no accountability. People have to be held accountable, because God forbid, right? We see the crime pattern here, major crimes, and it tells you that these crimes could be escalated, especially if these men's freedom, because they made the decision to break for freedom rather than face the law, and so someone that they encounter out there right now could be in harm's way. And so the nature of these crimes could be even escalated further. So we need to ensure that our police officers are trained properly, that they are given the resources, that, stuff is being monitored, people are being monitored, people are being taken care of from arrest right up until the court system. It's not just you arrest and then it's over. No, it's a process. It's a process, and we have to ensure the right tools are in place so that we can ensure the process is completed as it relates to the law.
So I'm actually just getting information from a resident of the golf course areas that these 3 guys were seen in the golf course areas on the weekend, but that the press release did not yet come out, and these 3 guys were in golf course. So the police were looking for them. They were in the area, but the press release didn't come out, so people didn't know these are escapees and that they broke into a house in the golf course area as well over the weekend. Well, they wouldn't be around that area now. They're long gone.
Well, I am quite sure that did happen. Again, and I didn't hear of any major incidents in terms of major injury or so, but when things like that happen, because they're going to need food, they're going to need shelter, right? That's basic needs for human beings, right? So they're going to need some food, they're going to need some shelter. And so I'm quite sure they would have done what they had to do to ensure that they take care of those basic needs. But at what time, right? Going with the residents, now we have to ask ourselves the question: at what time did the police discover the disappearance? Maybe the press conference came out couple hours, 4 or 5 hours later, when at that point, maybe that's when they discovered it, because I think something has, it's one thing one guy escaped, but when you have 3 guys, again, going back and keeping in mind the nature of these crimes, escape, I would hate to believe that the police would drag their foot in making sure that this information gets out to the public. So who was monitoring the station? Who was making wrongs checking on the prisoners? And not just checking on the prisoners. You should have people making wrongs in the station anyway, even if you have prisoners in there or not. It's just security. You are in a place that requires constant monitoring as it relates to security. Because if people can escape willy-nilly, that means people can enter willy-nilly also. And do you want civilians just entering a police station and walking around? I'm sure that there's still firearms there. I'm sure there's other weapons and so that they have there. So we have to be more cognizant of what's going on with our police force. I know the morale is very low with the police officers right now, but again, I'm calling on the management, right? The police is not going to motivate themselves. I'm saying ourselves. Sometimes I forget that I retire. Right? The police is not going to motivate themselves. The management, starting with the commissioner and down, has to motivate the troops. How do you do that? There's a number of ways. You improve their quality of life at work. Simple little things. It doesn't have to be, oh, well, you give them each $1,000 more in their salary. No, you start back with the little things. Make them want to come to work. Make them feel when they come to work that they should really be there. Not is, oh my God, do I really have to go into work today? No, you do the little things. You make them feel welcome. You promote fairly. You take the politics out of the police force and you treat them fairly. You treat them and you reward them on their merits. You don't reward based on what color jersey they wear. Because all you're doing is damaging your force, and that damage that you're doing based on politics will take at least 20, 25 years to repair. Trust me on that.
So is it a situation you believe that we're not blaming the police officers themselves because they have reported their issues at the facility, so that it is the management aspect of it, addressing the issues that the officers have raised, addressing the concerns that the officers have raised, and also being proactive enough to recognize issues even without the junior ranks having to come to you and say so?
Sheldon, I was a supervisor for quite a number of years in my past profession. And I never ever recall blaming the junior guys. The buck stops with whoever is leading that command, that platoon, that squad, that shift. The buck stops there. You can't, because if you don't give people the necessary tools to make sure that they can do the job effectively, then you can't. When things happen that didn't fit into the plan, you cannot blame them because you, the leader, did not provide the necessary tools for them.
You might want to tell the Minister of Finance that, because I think he understands that concept.
Well, how could you want to be in a leadership role when you are not prepared to say, okay, I'm in charge? You are getting the big bucks. You are getting the big bucks. Sheldon, I will share. Let me share a story with you. I as a very young member of the U.S. Navy, maybe a year or two in, I was tasked with, even though I was a junior member, I was tasked with completing an exercise. Mm-hmm. Right? So I was in charge of the other junior guys. And so when the chief came, I said to him, "Hey, chief, I think we should." And that's as far as I got. He stopped me and he says, "Olivier, I respect you and I like you, but the military don't pay you to think. The military pays you to do as you're told. They pay me as the chief to think. So it's my job to think, to tell you what to do." And I had a hard time understanding that, because coming from Grenada, you went to school, you did well in school, and you figure, hey, you're kind of bright, you're eager to learn, you want to share ideas. And so even being in the military like a year and a half, I still didn't quite grasp the whole concept of the military concept until that chief told me that day. And I'm like, okay. So now I know what I got to do so that I could get my voice heard and my opinions could come towards contributing towards the organization. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yes, I do believe that the leaders need to acknowledge that they're the one that's in charge, and then they're the one getting paid. You're getting paid as the leader, so you need to lead the men. You need to lead, and you lead by example. You lead by understanding, by being tactical. I don't think the police force has anybody that's tactical in the upper echelon right now, and that's my belief. Commissioner Martin, Deputy Commissioner Reddit, I think these guys, they understood policing from the way in which modern day policing is happening right now, and so they were able to operate and run that police force in a way that it jives with modern day policing right now. I think right now we just have a bunch of guys that's at the top that have I'm sorry, but it's, to me, what I see is a crab in a barrel mentality. And they're not exercising full control of the leadership role that they are placed in to run the police force effectively.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a need for improvement in communication between the Royal Grenada Police Force and the general public? Are they doing an okay job? Is it a situation where they need to improve the mechanisms that they utilize to get information out to the general public on issues such as this?
Well, I've said to you, I believe on one of your programs before that, well, not to you, but to the listening audience, that communication is key. Listen, Grenada had the Royal Grenada Police Force had boast a great relationship with the community. And if you really, really, truly want to fight crime, listen, we have all the technology available now in the world as it relates to help us tracking crime and fighting crime. But the best resource there is when it comes to crime is still the community, is still dealing with the community. So, of course, you have to share information with the community. You have to make the community feel they are a part of it. Well, it's free, natural resources. Why don't they want to share information with the community? Of course, you're not going to, share your secrets and all of that. But you should have to have an open dialogue relationship with the people that you serve. You have to. Well,
let me just say this. I'm looking here at the Royal Grenada Police Force Facebook page. I see they have a Facebook page here. They've got 21,000 followers. Would you believe I am not seeing anywhere here the release in relation to the escaped prisoners?
No, because I not on the Facebook thing, but I do believe that you are talking the truth, because they see things like that as a negative. I don't know if you recall, I said in the past, when crime is happening at an alarming rate in the society, you cannot see it as a negative. You are trying to put a handle on it. You are trying to curb it. So you cannot have a standoffish attitude and say, well, if we don't talk about it, basically what they're trying to say in a nutshell is, if we don't talk about it, then people wouldn't know about it, so people wouldn't believe. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. Things are happening, and it's all of us. We pay tax so that the taxes can pay the police salary so that we can live in a free society. Right? That's what we want. We want to feel safe in our society. Right? So why wouldn't you say, well, okay, this is what's happening and this is what's not happening? It's no one would look at the police force with any less love if they're able to come out and say these things are happening, and we need to take care of it.
And the thing is,
we need your help. We need your assistance. There's nothing wrong in asking the community for help and assistance. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
The key thing with this though is if you got a Facebook page with 21,000 followers, I know there are not many pages in Grenada with that type of following, and as such, I would have thought that it was important to place such a release there with the photographs of the individuals, so that if someone were to see them, they know to be alert, they know to contact the police, they know to contact and so on. At least some sort of thing should have been out there. Even if you have a system to send out mass WhatsApp messages or whatever it is, so that as many people as possible know, because again, it's not pickpocketing or something that these guys were arrested for, is multiple counts of rape and attempted rape. And 3 of them.
Sheldon, they have all these guys' information, because with this press release, they was able to give their name, their age, and all of that, right? So just say they have the LGPF Facebook page has 21,000 persons, as you say, right? So let's say that they put that on their page. And then they get, in each community, they have 1 or 2 influencers that have another couple, 3 or 4,000 people on their page. So you get that information out to them. And then those of us, the commoners, as they love to reach to this administration, as get this information. What are we going to do? We're going to share it. So what you have here, you're making the environment uncomfortable for these guys, and you are telling them once you start sharing, and people knows where they're going to run to, where are they going to run to, where are they going to run to. So you are exposing them without even being in contact with them, because everyone knows that, okay, 3 guys on the run, and this, and that. That's how you approach it. But no, you see, again, they take the attitude, maybe they're embarrassed, right? Because you have 3 guys able to escape from a station house. And I would love to find out how many people were working on the night, who was working, who had the duty, what they were doing from such and such time, because at least 3 guys escaping, that will take, even if they do it one after the other, you're still looking at maybe a 9-10 minutes. And from all indication, it looks like they were able to escape through the roof, right? So it's not like you're just walking out flat from a back door or whatever. You got to climb up, you go to the roof, then you got to come down from all of that taking place in a precinct, and nobody knows what's going on. That is scary. That is scary, my friend.
Indeed, my brother. My brother, Nimrod Oliver, I'd like to thank you for your call, brother. Always informative, always on point. And man, you was in the thing, so you could give people information on the thing. But
this is, listen, I always say policing and security and so is near and dear to me. And to me, it's not a complicated thing. It's not that complicated. I didn't have to go to no big school for that. Yes, I do have a master's degree, but my master's degree is not even in policing. It's about applying yourself and learning, right? And so if you know, I believe the guys at the top, they know. I mean, they're in the force a lot of years. But they have to come out of the shell, put down the colors, put down the yellow or the green or whatever it is. Well, I don't think it's much green. And operate the police force like they are there to serve the nation. They are getting paid to serve the people of Grenada. They are not getting paid to serve the NDC administration. All of us pay taxes in this country, whether you are NNP or NDC. And I am entitled, and my family and every other NNP person nowadays is entitled to fair and equal policing and to be treated fair and equally. We all contribute towards the development of this beautiful island.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother. And I know a certain looker man, he gone to bed yet?
Nah, they're right. He just come and tell me, as I call, Daddy, I want something to eat. I'm like, Rodney, come on, look at the time, man.
I know,
so
Rodney.
Let me go and handle it. I'm organizing for bed.
I know Rodney had to be close by.
Yes,
Good night, my brother. Stay blessed.
All right, blessings.
Folks, we're just speaking with my good brother there, Nimrod Oliver. Yeah, and it is a serious situation, yeah? It is a serious situation. Yeah? And again, I'm not blaming the junior ranks. No. If there has been a situation that occurred there before, you know of the situation, you've made no moves to fix the situation, and then you endanger Grenadians by not solving that situation and then trying to hold people in there that were able to escape. And not 1, 3 were able to get away. Yeah? It is indeed something that has to be looked at seriously. It has to be looked at seriously. All right? 440-7377. That's, the Minister of National Security need to fire. Well, no. Let me say the Prime Minister needs to fire the Minister of National Security. Yeah? Yeah, because right now what happened? Okay, all right. So that is what 3 weeks training does do. I don't know if the people and them that was there was those that went through the 3 weeks training. I don't know. Don't blame me for that. I don't know. All right? We've got a call online. Good evening.
Sheldon?
Hi.
That is very scary.
Well.
Today I saw a prison officer this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I asked him, he said, Mr. I'm not in the prison, then people get away in Grenada police station. He tell me that. Well, that is very scary. You know what I mean? You have a lot of old people are living for themselves. You know, they might go to stick up people. I mean, that is not nice. They have to give account for them or let go them man and tell them man go. You must lock the cell with the people. 3 of them. So 3 man out there that going to make people uncomfortable and we got to set up and keep peeping. Hey, what kind of thing are going on in Grenada? I want to say good night to Mr. Winston James. This morning I said nobody will listen to a bus. But I see a vehicle stop. And that is a man I have a lot of respect for. Mr. James, good night to you, sir. Sheldon, that is all I have to say. But people be very careful. Keep all your eyes open or I have to sit up for the night and watch.
No.
I want nobody come and kill me.
Nobody ain't doing Cammy anything. Cammy, you're safe. You're covered.
Sheldon, that is a serious thing.
I know it's a serious thing. Be on your P's and Q's, but make sure you get some rest.
Good night, darling.
All right, my dear. You have a wonderful one. Yeah, you need to get your sleep. Your body needs it, especially where you're just be in town for the day and all of that. You need to get your rest and that. But that's a serious situation. They need to address it, yeah? And I really hope it's not officers that they had in the 3-week course that they had there and that kind of thing happen, because we've already said it. You can't have people in these 3 weeks, and I'm not blaming the people themselves, because the hierarchy is supposed to know that you are supposed to provide more training. Yeah? If my goal has been for many years to become an officer, and after all these years I get the opportunity where I can only spend 3 weeks and become an officer, yeah? If I can get the opportunity. Lord, look again, the same message again from another source. Yeah? But I'm not blaming the recruits. I'm not blaming the new recruits. If it's the new recruits that were there and that happened, I'm not blaming them. Because they ought not to have been sent out. These are young people that want to give back to their country. These are young people that have stepped forward to do a job that many others would not step forward to do. To literally put their lives on the line. And I'm saying we need to protect their lives, and the leadership of the Royal Grenada Police Force, now I've vexed that brother Nimrod gone, no. The leadership of the Royal Grenada Police Force need to help protect the lives of these young recruits. Because you get them a 3 weeks training, a 6 weeks training, and then you're sending them out there. They need more training to help them become more aware of situations and circumstances where some of these criminals who may have been involved in, they may have been inside the cell before, they might have been in jail before, you never know. They might have made prison before. So they know how the system runs and they know how to beat the system. So you have to ensure that they have the proper amount of training, and don't blame the training school, because I know that's all they want to go and do. No. The training school, before police officers used to go and train for a period of about 6 months. That time that they used to get passed and so, but it's about 6 months roughly, or 5 months or so they used to go and train for. Then it had times that you had officers that did 3 months and that sort of thing. You've broken it down into nearly nothing now. We have a caller online. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Night.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good night.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And that's what Brother Nimrod. Hello?
How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah. No, brother.
How are you doing?
What are they? But yeah, I'm hearing about this thing now that it is basically recruits that they have watching the prisoners, and I'm kind of worried about that. And I'm not blaming the recruits, I will never blame the recruits, because they were not the ones that say they're giving themselves 3 weeks or 6 weeks training or whatever. They were not the ones that say they're doing that. Yeah?
Well, at the end of the day, Brother Sheldon, you can't, I stick to the fact that you cannot blame the workers if you don't give them the adequate tools. First of all, your defense that, well, it was a constable and 2 recruits that's working, that's a non-defense, because, again, you have 3 high-profile perpetrators in the command. If it is that that's who was on shift, in the very least, you should have had a sergeant or an inspector there. Because maybe to them, three criminals is three criminals and you treat them as anything. But you look at the nature of the crimes that these three individuals that were involved in. So the fact that they didn't treat it as serious, that's why we are dealing with it now, because they did not think that it was serious. So to say, it was a constable and two recruits that was there. Well, first of all, you have one police officer and two recruits, because I stated before and I will continue to say, 3 weeks training for a police officer to go on a street is nonsense. It's garbage. It's no way. Look, I went to a police academy of 6.5 months. Firearms training alone was almost a month, meaning we were stationed at the range for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Every other part of the training was at least a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Right? Because there's a number of modules that you got to cover. There's no way you can prepare a cop. There's no way you can prepare a cop in 3 weeks and put him out in the street and say go forward and solve. No way. No way. It's just, policing is just too much involved in terms of learning, in terms of understanding. And some of these young guys, you know, I wish them very well in their career, and nothing to do with them. But again, management has failed them because they are ill prepared for the street. Yeah, we are not talking that, hey, you have a lot of, you know, gunfights and a lot of this and a lot of that. But the point is preparing the individual overall to deal with stuff that may present itself in the street. And 3 weeks is just plain not enough time to adequately get training on par.
Let's hope that immediate corrective measures are taken. We know that quite a significant number of senior, well, when I say senior officers, in years, not necessarily rank, have left the Royal Grenada Police Force over the past 20 months or so, that a significant number have left. And they've been trying to recoup the numbers by these short courses that they've been doing. But at the same token, what they have been doing is damaging the quality of policing that's available to the people of Grenada. So I hope that they do fix this issue and fix it fast.
Well, it was a quick fix for them, right? We know it was no secret. They tried to hide it. They tried to say it was not happening. We knew that a lot of police officers, quite a number, in the hundreds of police officers retired and or resigned. So they left the post. And so in an effort, I guess Christmas was coming and New Year's, and in an effort to boost the number and to be able to say at the budget presentation or whatever that the police force now has this X amount of people, they rush these classes through. Mm-hmm. How you go from, listen, even if your training was 2 months or 3 months, how do you get to 3 weeks training and tell yourself, well, they learn it all and let's put them in the street? You yourself that making the decision, your training was much longer than that. And you and I both know that even as part of the management, we are constantly learning because our job is to help improve the organization that we are serving in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 3 weeks and you put them out in the street, and then you're not even saying, okay, it's Sunday, a lot of activities happen like on Sunday, things going on. You're in the south of the island, which is one of the busiest, could be one of the busiest on the weekend. And you have one police officer and two junior guys working, not even a corporal, not even a sergeant. Are you kidding me?
My brother.
Are you kidding me? Who is sitting there coming up with these schedules? Who is saying that is sufficiently enough? You have the international airport that's located within the confines of that command. You have all the major hotels located within the confines of that command, and somebody sat there and think that it's adequate to just have one constable and two brand new minted police officers working.
My brother, remember, we have a Minister of National Security. When speaking of gun crime, what did he say?
He says
we know the community
that
happening in other place.
I knew it was coming because all the other Caribbean islands have it, and it's only a matter of time before you get here. But what do you want me to do? Is nothing I could do.
We need to fire the Minister of National Security. That's what we need
Well,
to do.
I shared that thought with some of my past colleagues within the ranks of the NYPD, and they asked me, did the person get fired? I say, well, no, he happens to be the leader of the country also. But they're like, well, it is not his responsibility.
Could fire
Whose
himself.
responsibility is it?
Could fire himself, but this situation is untenable, brother.
But I'm glad that you raised that point, because if my boss, as the leader of national security, is saying that the sergeant or the corporal or the constable that's working at the precinct level, what he's supposed to say? Because if it's not my boss' responsibility, it's definitely not my responsibility, right? Right? Because they are paying me to do a job. You are getting paid to set policies and to set rules and regulations for me to follow, and you are governing the thing. And my job is to show up and execute what you tell me to execute. So if you don't care, why should I care? So that explains why stuff like that is allowed to happen.
Indeed.
Maybe the poor recruits even think that they were arrested. They saw them talking to the desk officer. So maybe they thought that after they talk to the desk officer, they're free to go until it's time for court. I don't know.
Free to go, but the pass and shoot. But with the pass, I ain't saying with the pass, but with the pass, I ain't feel it's free.
Well, no,
to pass I mean, I'm laughing, but this is a.
You come in the front door, but you got to leave through the back door of the roof, man.
But I'm laughing, but this is a serious situation.
It is indeed very serious.
I think people understand the gravity of this situation, and even though I may be smiling a bit and talking like this, it is a serious situation. And what I did hear from some sources is that part of the reason for the reduced training of the police officers was to cut the budget. In other words, you'd have to feed and clothe and all of that for these officers, X amount of officers for how many months. So they've been trying to reduce it to the least possible that they think is necessary. So, but I find that to be absolutely nonsensical in nature.
Let me share this with you before I leave. So the 9/11 class, meaning the class that was in the academy September 11th, when September 11th happened in the U.S. So they probably was in the academy for about 2 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
September 11th happened, and of course we know the world was turned upside down. So NYPD did take these cops out. They were in there for 2 months. NYPD did take them out from the academy and put them in the street to assist us in getting stuff under control in the streets. And so these cops remained outside of the academy for about 4 or 5 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to follow my trend of thought here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they remained outside of the academy for 4 months. So they were in there for 2 months. They came out of the academy, worked with us in the street for 4 months. So that's 6 months total, right?
Mm-hmm.
After 4 months, NYPD put them back in the academy for another 8 months. So the academy is normally 6 months, but they went back in for 8 months because you know why? They had to do over the training, but obviously September 11th happened. So now there was a whole set of training that was incorporated to us. So even us, the veterans that was on the street, had to go back and get this training. And since these cops were in the academy, they got the training firsthand. So they had a total of about 10 months academy time.
Mm-hmm.
But the key thing is here, they were on the street working as police officers for a whole 4 months. So it was very easy to say, they're already on the street. What else could have been more tragic than working and getting that experience from dealing with 9/11? Just being out among the city but no, NYPD knew how important the training was. So send them back in for another 8 months.
My brother.
So just think about that for a minute.
My brother, I gotta run in a short while, so you know what that means.
I know what that means, my brother. Get home safely. And special good night to all your listeners. And all of what we're talking about, Let's get registered so that we can return the new National Party to power so that we can take our country to where it's really supposed to be.
Rodney get what he was looking for, eh?
Rodney sleeping.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
All right.
Man, Rodney pull a fast one on me day, man. Rodney go and sleep one time. Yes, indeed, folks. So, folks, tomorrow night we will be having a guest on with us, right? I won't mention who yet, but I'll have the artwork out a little later on. But we will be having a guest on with us tomorrow night. Also, we will be having I'm trying to have another guest on Thursday night. I'm not sure yet on the Thursday talks. Yeah, so Thursday night talks. So I'm trying to see if I get a guest for then. So we will be having several things that we're discussing this week. So it's important that you like and share the live. Also, invite other people to view the program. Yeah, invite other people to view the program. Yeah, your support and things like that. Just inviting people, telling other people about the program, sharing the link with other people for the program, and so is very helpful in getting the word out about things like this. I myself have been removed from the Royal Grenada Police Force list. They no longer send any press releases to me, so I don't receive press releases from them. I would think that you would be trying to expand, get press releases out to as much people as possible. But for whatever reason, the hierarchy have decided to remove my email address from their mailing list. All well and good. Yeah. I don't mind if I had to get the information a couple hours later, a day or two later, I will still get it. That's the idea, I will still get it. But I would think that information, especially in relation to things like what happened over the weekend, you would want to get that out to the widest amount of people in the shortest possible time. You don't want to give people time so they can get off island and then you have problems like you had to go and get yourself caught. He didn't give himself up, but he got himself caught in Trinidad, that you're able to detain that individual who was gone for how long? Yeah, you don't want further situations like that where people may be able to escape the island, or even if they are on the island, to commit more crimes before they go in. They just say, well, I'm going in already, so let me do that and let me do this and let me do the other. You do not want situations like that. So it is important. Your specialty is policing. Our specialty is information. Get it out to the widest cross-section of people possible. It's not a matter you're making people panic or anything like that. It is a matter that you are sending this information out so that the general public can help you. I am pretty sure that at least 2/3 or more of the people listening this program now have no idea what these guys look like. And I don't have it to pull up here in the shortest period of time. But I'm pretty sure that they have no idea what these people are looking like. We have 1,000 people on YouTube alone. Yeah, and how much we have? We have over 200 on Facebook right now. And I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of these people have no idea what these guys look like. Yeah? So I'll put it out via Talking Points Facebook page a little later on. But it is important to get that information out there. And if people knew and knew early enough, these guys most likely would have been caught already. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. Yeah, I've got to take it. I'm very sorry about that, but I've got to take it a little earlier than I had planned tonight. But definitely, I'm going to make it back up with you all during the week this week. Folks, so in whatever you say, whatever you do, do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Yeah? So I'll make sure and drink some coffee when I get home and so, because I have some work to do later. But that will be my drink to remember the 19th of February 2013. Folks, I am out of here. Love each and every one of you.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Listen to the people, Mr. PM. Don't play with the Canadian people, cause the wind is turning around. At all, like all you did, only plan how to win. it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling it sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them. Every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone. And they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord, God. Woo! I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful. Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain lock in a vault. It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The pushing program, or you cut that too. Oh, people, sir. 600 million, as them say you have. Why you still